range himself, but it's gonna be tricky with the double TC and
TC.
sustaining everything at the same time.
Yes. So ideally, my understanding at least, is if Jewel can find out about the second TC, or when Jewel does find out about it, to just really prioritize a faster uptime, because Light Knight is going to be in feudal age for quite some time, or is just going to have an idle TC, and then what's the point? So getting up to Castle Age ASAP, I think could put Jewel in a really good position, because these hills could be tricky. Pressuring from both these hills at the front of the base could give Jewel a really nice spot.
I'm just gonna be a little critical of that remark, because the
Yeah.
thing is, like, Jill already invested in 2 ranges and a blacksmith and fletching. So if you try and rush up to Castle Age right now, you're probably just gonna make your own life a little tricky. I feel like you can get way more value from using the archers and just trying to deny as many farms as possible, so the human player kind of struggles.
I see. Yeah. That's
So
actually
you want to
really
prioritize uptime in a sense. You probably don't want to backtack into scouts, but I think you do want to use the investment that you've done already.
Yeah,
But,
that's really fair.
well, now Light Knight is doing a pretty good job kind of defending this. Of course, Jill wasn't up too early with the double range. She'll be able to outproduce shortly, but the skirm in the mix can help a little bit here for Light Knight.
Yeah, both players do have fletching, neither with defense just yet, but correct me if I'm wrong, Vietnamese archers with the extra HP? Question mark? Yes, 36
Correct.
compared to 30. Correctus.
Correct.
Okay, and Light Knight has also added a stable, so it's a little bit of everything. We've got the 2 TCs, we've got some archers, some skirmishers, a scout added into the mix as well.
I think the stable is again like a little bit optimistic. It's not necessarily something that Light Knight needs. Like, skirms aren't really a threat, and that's the only thing scouts are really good against at this point. Only has like 12 on food, so that's barely enough, or 10 on food even, barely enough to keep 2 CCs running. So I feel like, again, these stables, yes, it's cheaper as humans, but you would just be better off having a few additional farms.
Yeah. Yes, Jewel housed at the moment, so gonna get wheelbarrow into the TCs, not idle. We've got plenty of farms here at home for Jewel, 16 at the moment. And yeah, completely untouched at home, and that's a really nice thing about the double range opening. Can be aggressive and move forward, and all as well.
Yeah, and given the opening that Jill had, Jill's honestly doing a really good job. Like, base is just secure, trying to get good trades with the archers, is not being too impatient, and is setting himself up for a really good castle each time. Like 600 food in the bank, almost 300 gold. That's gonna be pretty solid. Yeah, and Light Knight is struggling a little bit overall. It's making a scout again. Idle TC time is really adding up, and there's just not really a veil lead. Like, the second TC isn't paying off at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if the scouts have been added for some potential, like, an attempt at raiding, because until now, Light Knight doesn't know that Jewel is completely walled.
Yeah, it's just one of these tricky things. Like, if you going back into scouts in feudal has to be like a really well thought out decision. That's kind of the tricky thing. So yeah, Jill now going forward with this archers. Light Knight kind of stopped making some archers for some time, and Jill's now able to get a really good fight here before +1 defense kicks in for Light Knight, and Light Knight is now absolutely struggling here. I feel like Light Knight is doing just a little bit of a messy of everything. Like, he's very heavy on stone, but is not able to use the stone anytime soon unless going for towers. Went for the range, went for the stable, the blacksmith. Is going for everything here in a bit of a messy manner.
Yeah, another scout even being added when the scouts can't really help out here. Like you said, there's no skirms, the full walls are up at Jewel's base, and yeah, with this amount of archers now with fletching, they're one-shotting vills.
Indubitably. And now it's going to be a bit tricky for Light Knight, no gold control. That honestly might be a blessing. If you have 800 gold in the bank, then you're at least like, hey, at least I didn't bank it up for nothing, so that's something.
Yeah.
But of course, very far from optimality. In reality, I feel like the ideal scenario now would just be to yeet down a market, get up to castle rate yourself, and maybe get a castle up or something to survive. This is all a little tricky. Yeah, I feel like in theory, the gold should have been towered already, to be honest, to kind of make that more doable. But looking like Jill is gonna find a juicer on the woodline sometime soon. There, I have to keep an eye on that.
Yes, could deny the second range as well, but Castle Age is in, so here comes Bodkin, Expo, and yeah, the Vil count for Light Knight on 45, Jewel on 37, but with a lot of wood in the bank, there could be potential for another TC to be added, or just go for ballistics. I feel like at this level, TCs are more likely.
Oh, we see Jill going for the university though, and 2 villages forward. I'm really hoping
Let's
that's gonna be a
go,
siege
Siege
workshop forward,
Workshop.
because that would be absolutely brilliant here.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as the siege workshop is in, there's nothing that line 9 can do here. Yeah, that's siege workshop. Beautiful spot there. I like it. It's really solid.
Yeah, so with these expo forward, Jewel does have potential to deny this tower going up with the expo just sitting here in front of the blacksmith. Getting some kills though, this is really good, and the Vil count is basically evened out now.
Yeah, the second TC just didn't. I mean, it's even a massive Vil lead for Jill here.
Yeah.
The whole. I mean, in theory, I guess the second TC can produce